What? You want to go in? Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is December 28th, 2019. It is Saturday. I'm going to kick this around and just show you. We got clear blue skies here today. It's actually pretty cool. But it's funny because yesterday was overcast and we were at about 53. And today our high is going to be, what did they say, 43? Something like that. So a little bit cooler than yesterday, but not bad. And as you can see, pretty much most of the snow is gone now, which is a good thing. Not unhappy about that at all. So we'll take it. Anyway, so let's jump into the topic of this video, okay? And I'm going to explain a few things with this as we go, okay? We're going to talk about things to stock up on and for barter after SHTF. Now, I got 11 things on the list, okay? If you can think of other things to add, that'd be great. I'm going to explain what my choices are on here, and the one a lot of people don't have. So it's one is really important, I believe. The last one I'm going to read to you, I think, is really important to have because it's going to give you a lot of leeway and a lot of leverage. Okay, so number one is food. I've talked about food a lot, guys, and food is going to be a huge thing in a post-event after a major SHTF event. The availability of food, if you have it and others don't, that's a very tradable item. You know, people are going to really, because people are going to want to eat, obviously, so they're going to be willing to do bartering, for food. So that's something to think about ahead of time, okay? Number two, this goes a combination of things. Water filters and potable water. So what am I talking about, okay? So if you have, and this is kind of an example, you have a well on your property that has good water on that well, all right? And SHTF happens. Well, people's taps are not running now because they don't have the power. There's no water running and stuff like that. What are they going to do? They need to have fresh, clean drinking water. So if you have a well on your property, that gives you an advantage where you can trade that water for other goods, okay? Water filters as well are going to be huge to be able to purify water. If they don't have, if they have access to water but it's not clean drinking water, they're going to need a way to clean that water. So part of that could be knowledge that you're passing on to them on how to make a filtration system, or it could be water filters that you have yourself, okay, that you have, let's say you have extra. That's a very barterable thing, and it's a good thing to have a lot of extra things to be able to, purify water. So that's something, again, that could be used as barter. Because here's the thing, I don't care how stocked up you are, how prepared you are. Myself, I mean, you guys know I'm a prepper, and I prep and I continue to get ready as much as I possibly can, but we're always going to forget something. And when that time comes, we're going to go, God, I can't believe I forgot that, okay? Sometimes it's a simple tool that's going to make your life a lot easier. Now, if somebody has that tool and you want that tool, now you got to negotiate and barter to get what you need. So we're all going to be in that boat. We're all going to have things that we want wants and needs, okay? All right, so number three. Now, this is going to be more of a controversial one because some of you are going to say, no, never barter this. But ammo, okay? Ammo is going to be worth more than its weight in gold when SHTF happens. So the one ammo that I definitely would think of as a more tradable ammo would be 22. 22 ammo can be used to hunt small game. It can be used to kill if you need to have it to kill, to defend yourself and stuff like that. But ammo is definitely going to be something that is going to be able to be bartered. All right, so I mean, don't think that you won't do it if you come to that situation. If you have excess ammo and somebody You know, and again, you have to kind of gauge every situation as you go through it. So you're not just going to barter ammo with some guy walking down the street, because you don't know if he's going to turn around, load his gun, and use it on you. Okay, so but if you have like neighbors that you know, and stuff like that, and they need to be able to hunt, you know, to be able to, you know, get food for their family and stuff like that, and you have excess ammo, you might work something out with some people like that. So the ammo is definitely one thing. First of all, you better stock up on ammo, because I always tell people this: when the time comes, when SHTF happens, you're going to have what you have. There's no more going back to the store to get anything else. You have what you have, and that's it. Okay. So number 4, and this one's important. Okay, first aid. All right. So with first aid, that goes a huge, long, broad spectrum of stuff. All right. Everything from antibiotics to painkillers. All right. You know, people are going to still get injured. They're going to be hurt. They're going to be in pain. They're going to need to be taken care of. There's going to be people that are going to get infections. They're going to get, you know, sick that way. They're going to need antibiotics. So if you have those things on hand, and obviously all other medical supplies. So first aid kind of is a huge, broad spectrum. But the 2 top things that I would think of, other than, you know, regular, you know, bandages, Imodium, you know, anti-diarrheals, you know, vomiting, all those type of things. The number 2, 1 and 2 things on that part of that list would be antibiotics and painkillers. That would be, if you have any way of stocking up on those things, absolutely do that. Okay. Number 5. Now, some of you are going to laugh at this, but it's a slash thing again, so it's a dual thing. So even though I'm saying this is a list of 11, there's subcategories in here, okay? Toilet paper, all right? People are going to be like, nah, toilet paper, come on, you will just use this or use that other thing. Yeah, but a lot of people are going to want to still use toilet paper. But here's a subcategory of toilet paper. Feminine hygiene products, you know, tampons, those type of things. Women are still going to get their monthlies. It's going to happen. It's not going to stop just because SHTF happened. So to stock up on those type of products is a very, very smart thing to do. For the ladies in your life or women that you're going to encounter, those are going to be a very, very barterable item. Again, toilet paper again as well. People want to use toilet paper. We here in the United States are used to using toilet paper. We're not going to want to all of a sudden now use a rag or a leaf or a bush or whatever. You know, people are still going to want to use toilet paper. So it is absolutely something that will be barterable. Okay. So number 6, we're going to go with candles. Again, if that is a skill that you have, you know how to make candles. You have the things to make candles. I think that's a very, very smart thing to do, smart thing to have on hand. But again, it's also going to be a very good thing to have to be able to trade. So if you have a ton of candles, and again, people are going to need to have light. You know, you got to understand, 95% of the people in this country are not prepared for a 2-week disaster, let alone any kind of long-term type of a situation. So they may have a couple of candles, but they're going to go through those rather quickly. So if you have extra candles or you have the skills to be able to make candles, that is a very barterable thing. Having that for barter is going to be huge. Okay. Number 7 is going to be batteries. All right. Excess batteries. And I'm going to even go a little bit further with that, which is going to tie into number 11. Rechargeable batteries. Having batteries that you can recharge and use over and over and over again. Okay, that's hugely, hugely important. But having batteries to use for flashlights, to use for headlamps, to use for whatever, radios, walkie-talkies, all those type of things, you're going to need to have batteries. So if you have an abundance of excess batteries, that's a really good thing. And again, rechargeable batteries, and we'll get into that later in this list. Having rechargeable batteries is going to be a huge, huge thing, because if you're trading rechargeable batteries, well, we'll get into that later, but anyway, batteries are huge, guys. Okay. Number 8, propane. Okay. Propane is going to be a very, very important thing, and if you have excess propane, you have excess propane tanks, you have a way to access those tanks like I have. Okay, and I will show you. my propane tank over here, okay? It's a 330 gallon propane tank. I literally use maybe 50 gallons of propane a year, okay, for my needs here at the homestead. And now with the kids both gone, I'm sure that's going to even go down even more, all right? But if I have that excess propane that way, if I have 30-pound tanks, 20-pound tanks, you know, the 1-pounders that you can refill, those are important things to have. That's going to be something that's going to be very, very tradable. All right, so having that excess propane is going to be huge. And along with propane, we can add gasoline in there as well. Gasoline in a post-event is going to be a huge commodity to have. If you have access to gasoline, that's going to be huge. So storing up on your gasoline, I think, is important as well. So like I've talked, I always keep at least 60 gallons of gas on hand at all times. I do plan on upping that in the future here, okay? But having access to that and having extra gas is going to be a really, really important thing. Okay, so propane gas, that kind of goes along that same venue. Number 9 is going to be alcohol and cigarettes. All right, alcohol is going to be really, really important. Vodka can be used as an antibiotic, to treat wounds, to clean them out and stuff like that as well. But people are still going to want to drink. So if you know how to make a still and have moonshine, alcohol is still going to be in very, very high demand in a post-event. And alcohol, if it's a high concentrate, can be used as a fuel as well. So those are things to think about as well. I stock up on extra alcohol because, for barter reasons. So I'll go and I'll pick up the cheap vodka, for $8 or $10, for each container for a quart or whatever it is. I don't even know what the sizes are, how many liters or whatever, but I will pick those up because those are things that are very, very tradable when the time comes. All right. Number 10 is going to be books. And you think, books? When SHTF happens, and now all of a sudden you have a lot of downtime. There's no more TV, no more internet, and all that type of stuff. Books are going to be very, very valuable, and not just books about prepping and off-grid type of stuff, just regular books as well, because people are going to want to be able to escape, have some kind of normalcy, to go into fantasy, if you will. A lot of fantasy books, and stuff like that, and just it's a nice escape for people. So books are going to be hugely, hugely important. Again, especially books on knowing how to do things, how-to type of books are going to be hugely, hugely important in a post-event. All right, and then this last one, I'm going to go, and this is going to go back to the batteries, okay? Power. Being able to have your own solar system, your own wind turbines, your own hydro, any way to produce power, and having that battery bank to use to be able to create your own power. Think about people that are running those batteries, okay? So you have your rechargeable batteries, getting back to rechargeable batteries. So you're bartering those rechargeable batteries for other people, and then where do they have to go to come back to recharge those batteries? Well, they're going to have to come back to you because you have the power source, okay? So having a power source in a post-event is going to be enormously huge to do anything, any kind of, like I said, charging up batteries. How many of you guys out there have, drills and stuff like that and all that type of stuff that have the battery packs, okay? Well, to be able to recharge those battery packs and be able to do that, that's going to be hugely important to be able to get done what you need to get done. Excuse me. Batteries to recharge, any kind of batteries that you have, to be able to get them recharged is going to be very, very important. So to be able to have a power source, to be able to use that, think about how hugely popular you would be if, we know, Prepper Nurse 1, he's got his own power source. We can go there, and if we trade this, that, or the other thing, that he wants, we can charge up our batteries, and we can do that anytime. So that's huge, guys. If you got somebody, okay, so here's an example, okay? So I got a neighbor who, let's say, is a hunter, and he's out there and he's collecting, you know, and getting things, and he's getting furs. So he's getting fox, and he's getting, like up in my area, fox, raccoon. We have bear, you know, we have coyotes, all that type of stuff. So he's gonna collect those different furs. Well, you know what? I want those because I can use those to turn those into moccasins or clothes or whatever whatever I need for my group and my people here. Well, he brings those. He needs to have his batteries charged up. Boom, we got a deal. You know what I mean? So it's just simple things like that. Because I'm telling you what, clothes are going to wear out too, guys. They are going to wear out. They are not going to last forever. So if you want, okay, so we can even add that on the list. Number 12. Let's say clothes. The more clothes you have, shoes, boots, socks, all those type of stuff. Make sure you're stocked up on all those type of things. All right. So anyway, so that's my list. If you can think of other things that you would have, I mean, you could add another. We could go with number 13. We could go with tools. Any kind of tool that you can possibly think of, gardening tools to saws and axes and any kind of tool that you can possibly think of in a post event, especially hand tools, is going to be hugely important. So there we go. Now we got the list all the way up to 13. So but again, we can continue to add more things on there if you wanted to. But I want to hear what you guys have to think. Thank you for listening to my list, and we will go from there. So anyway, guys, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope your weekend is going well. Got AB's over there ready to go in the house, so let me get him in. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That's important to remember. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so that's important as well. Also, remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that is going to stop you from getting there is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. I will probably do another video later, so I will tell you what the power production was today at that time. But so far, I mean, like I said, it is clear blue skies today, a little cooler. It's in the 40s. But you know what? For the end of the year, this time of year, I'll take 40 all day long. So I hope everybody's doing well. I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.